Let's jump back for a second and go to the late thing here too, and the mention of Finstock, because this was something in passing this morning. There's a theater chain. I don't know if I know it's in some places in the United States, the ArcLight itself,
ArcLight?
but it's not like as big as like AMC and
Right, they're like specialty theaters.
Yeah.
Like I know there's one in Santa Monica, there's
Right.
one in Sherman Oaks and Hollywood where I go.
But
So,
it's big
yeah.
in California.
Big in California, like big luxury. You know, you can get some wine, you can get food,
And they do some fun stuff. I mean, there's like
great.
special screenings. I remember when I went to the ArcLight about, I don't know, it was like 15 years ago or whatever it was, and the late great Irvin Kershner was there.
Oh, yeah, for the
doing
Empire
Strikes Back.
Yeah.
He did, that was one of my favorite moments of the ArcLight of all time. They played scores all the time before and after the movies. There's really nice artwork. There's great posters.
They do the post-interview things now, which are really great.
It's great. It's a movie lover's theater, really.
Yeah.
It's a great theater.
But they did something to where I want you to take me through the whole scenario first.
All
and
right.
don't just spoil the reveal, because then I'm going to have my initial reaction to it and then why I changed my reaction to it. Go ahead.
So coming off of it's Tom Dagnino, his lady, my fiance, we go to sushi, and we're like, oh, we got to get out of here. 9:45. Halloween.
What time's the movie?
9:45.
Oh, the movie was
yeah,
9:45.
movie at 9:45. So we're and Tom, funny enough, is driving a grip truck.
Makes sense.
You know, so I'm like, I'm like, what are you doing? It's going to take forever for you to park. He's like, nah, I got it. Don't worry.
Right.
So we get there at 9:46. We're walking in. I hand the tickets and I go, hey man, I got my friends right behind me, like 2-3 minutes behind me. Can I leave the tickets with you? He's like, oh no, they won't be able to get in. I said, what are you talking about? I said, we're right here. And he's like, no, the movie starts in 2 minutes. And I go, right, the trailers. And he goes, there's only 3 trailers. I go, okay, well, they can't. Oh, that's nonsense. And I walk through. I think this guy is just being whatever. So then he texts me. I come around. I give him the tickets. It is 9:50.
Who
5
texts
minutes.
you?
Tom. 9:50. I come out, give him the tickets. There's a line coming in. Boom. They stop him. You cannot come in. You've missed your chance to get in the movie theater. Now you know
This is crazy.
You know my fiance. Both of you do.
Yeah.
Sassy.
Love her.
Right.
She goes, get me that manager. Like, she's not having it. And I'm like, with her. I'm like, this is bullshit.
Right.
So a manager comes up, and thankfully it's my friend.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I
you
know
knew the guy.
I knew the guy. I went to college with him. He's been there for many years now. And
So
he
when
goes,
you asked for the manager, you knew that you knew him?
I didn't know he was there.
Oh, okay.
I just knew that, I knew
Right.
when he walked up.
Right.
And he goes, all right. And he's coming in, and I go, when did this happen?
New policy?
And he's like, yeah, it's a new policy. We did a poll. Everybody said that, it's disruptive when people come in late. And I go, wait, no. When did this happen? There's nothing on your websites.
Right.
Nobody's telling me, when I buy the tickets, get there on
Get there
time.
on time or you won't get in.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? So then it's a big hoopla. We get there. We're missing the movie. It's 10 minutes. We're missing this movie.
you missed it.
He's coming
Right.
in. He's bringing us in. He goes, you know what? Let's go check and see if there's other seats where we can so you
Yeah.
don't miss the movie. And I'm freaking out. I need to be in my fucking seat right
Right.
when this movie starts.
Instead of talking about it.
Right.
and
Instead of
missing
talking about it, we could have walked right in and the movie would have started. And he's like, no, let's do this. I'm like, it's sold out. I've gone through this.
Right.
It's sold out. We went to 2 showings ahead of time, like 10:30. We got seats, very back. It was fine. Everything was fine. But
Wait, what time was the second? Was the
so there was a 10 o'clock. It was a 9:45, a 10 o'clock, a 10:15, and a 10:30.
Oh wait, so you had to. So the movie was supposed to start at 7:45.
9:45.
9:45.
Yeah.
9:45. Okay, so then the next one was at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
You
Can't
had to
go.
go to the
Sold out.
10:30 one.
10:15,
Okay,
sold out.
got it.
10:30, few seats together, fine,
Got it.
great, we'll take it.
All right.
We relax. Okay, fine, we made it. When did this happen? Whatever. We go to the movie. 10:30, we're sitting there. 15 minutes in, 4 fucking people come in.
Right.
30 minutes in, 3 people come in.
Right.
And I keep looking to my fiance going, what the fuck is...
Right.
Like, you don't stop me. And then all of a sudden you're letting all these
Right.
other people in.
Right.
And like, when did that happen?
Right.
And I thought that was the most ridiculous thing. And my friend, he's a great guy, very nice, great manager, took care of it. But what's going on? How can you do that?
You can't, because when I initially when I heard you say that, I was like, that's great, because that way I don't have to worry about people walking in. But I said, well, wait a minute, what happens if you go to get like concessions?
They were stopping people at the door.
Right, if you have concessions, it's like you can't come in after you got concessions. That's ridiculous.
It's happened to me twice now with ArcLight. Both 2 different ArcLights.
Did you
Same
have to
thing
go home?
now. One of them, yeah. One of them.
Did you get your money back?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do they do? Why?
Well, they give you. They don't give you your money back. They let
you,
you
like, a
buy.
pass.
Yeah.
That's. I would say F you. I don't want to be here.
Yeah.
At that point, it depends on. See, I think that they should give you at least 10 minutes. I think they should give you
They do give you 10 minutes.
They give you 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, these guys said 1 minute.
Oh yeah, we were stopped right at we couldn't go in with the trailers.
They did not give me 10 minutes either of the time.
If your movie starts at 7:45, I think that they should tell you. If you are not, it's very similar like a theater if you go to Broadway. It's like if you're not in your seats by 8:05, then you will not have access to the theater. The problem is that
There's
probably
so many-
also cuts off concessions then too. It's going to hurt your concession sales.
I don't understand, especially seeing people come in lit throughout the thing, and I understand.
What if you have to go to the bathroom?
Which I did.
Well,
I
you know
got
what?
up and they didn't stop me, but I think it's like after a while, I noticed I got up to go to the bathroom like maybe an hour in, and then I'm like, is this a thing?
Yeah, so this is on the website.
Ooh,
It says,
I like this.
In order to ensure an uninterrupted movie experience for our guests, ArcLight Cinemas does not allow seating after the feature film has begun. With no commercials and a limited number of previews, the feature film begins less than 10 minutes after the scheduled showtime. They didn't say, it doesn't look like they told Riley that. If you will not be able to make your showtime, you may refund or exchange your tickets up to 1 hour before showtime.
Guess what?
I was just gonna say, Riley. It seems like you just may have dealt with a jerk because as long as I've known ArcLight, that's always been the policy.
It happened to me
Really?
twice,
That's
so
why
it
I've-
can't just be him.
Yeah, that's why I've loved this theater because I don't want people like you being late to the movies.
I understand.
But also, I think you were just. I mean, again, if it's like a 1 to 2 minute thing, that's not the end
That's
of the world.
silly.
That's 5 minutes for Dagnino and his girl. 5 minutes. I was looking at the time.
Yeah.
Plus, this is on their homepage, right? I go through Fandango.
Yeah, it should say.
They're not-
It should
there's
say it on
no
the ticket.
message.
It
I have
should say it on the
10
ticket.
different things to say right now.
Go ahead.
That last line, if you will not be able to make your showtime, you may refund or exchange your tickets up to 1 hour before showtime. So you're saying that if you know you're going to be late, you have to know you're going to be late an hour before you're late, correct?
Yeah.
So that's obviously a
that's
problem.
another-
Also shows up on the ticket as well on the.
Does it
ticket that
really?
I got, yeah.
It does say it on the ticket?
Yeah.
Oh, the booth is shitting on you guys.
When you get them online,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
but
look
when
at
you're
your
not-
email ticket,
Go ahead, Beardo. What'd you say?
it says in the ticket that they email you the show up on time.
Wow.
Take,
Let me
hold
look.
I don't know,
That's
guys,
kinda
it's
wild.
starting-
Let me look. I
but
still have
okay,
the ticket.
here's my problem with it.
Yeah.
I'm like you guys. We see tons of movies, so I hate people. Like everybody at the movie who's on their phone or whose kid is talking the entire time and they don't tell their kid to stop talking or whatever
Right.
it is. I'm bothered. What doesn't bother me is what somebody else is doing when they're walking in because people get up to go to the bathroom. People enter and exit. That is part of the movie going experience.
95% of the time, yes. Except the one thing I do hate, especially when you get seats, is that, and this happened to me many times, like in like a big movie. Two people walk in, you're sitting there, the credits start, and then you want to sit here, Jim? Right next to me, and I'm like, are these the seats? Is it B and C over here? It's like, come on, have some decency, and like either quietly find your seats, wait for your person to, and realize this is the thing that people don't care about. A lot of people don't care about other people. They walk through, they're loud, and this also jumps back to another thing, which will right back to this conversation because this reminded me. I took my daughter to karate this morning or a Saturday, and there's this guy. He looks like a 99-cent version of Joe Manganiello, right? And except with no muscles.
Okay.
And the guy, I'm convinced, is just a douche. Because like every single time, whether I've held the door for this guy and his kids, never says thank you. And
I hate
that's
stuff
the other
like
thing.
that.
So and I was like, I don't know what it was. And so I'm like maybe he just didn't hear it. So I'm sitting next to the guy and he goes sneezes, and I go, bless you.
Yeah,
And he goes, just turns his head. And I was gonna say something. And I'm like, I'm at my daughter's karate
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
right
yeah.
now. But this guy sucks.
Yeah.
He sucks. But you know what? So I'm just going to say it on the air. Buddy, you suck.
We can't count on humanity, that's for
No,
sure.
it's the
but
worst.
I would rather them invest in somebody walking that person in. Fine. If that's what you guys want to do, anybody who's late, they get told where they're sitting and escorted to their seat. That I'm okay with. But I don't think it's right. And I don't care that it says 10 minutes. It's happened to me twice, both times 2 minutes late.
Right.
Both
It's
times.
nowhere on this ticket.
Okay.
On my email, it's from Fandango.
Well, look,
Fandango
they're trying to-
has
It wasn't
not
on
got
mine
it.
either.
They're trying to
Fandango
figure it
doesn't
out.
have the
I think
notes.
Beardo's talking about maybe when you buy it from ArcLight.
I'm sure it's there.
Yeah.
And if I'm there at ArcLight, it means I'm on time
Yeah.
to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
When you have it and you come
What
in.
they're doing,
Yeah.
though, what they're trying to do, in theory, like Copster said too, is really make the movie-going experience better.
I love
which
that.
I love because
I'm
I
all
also
for it.
because I cannot. I'm the guy that when the cell phones are on in the theater, I'm like, can you please lower your? I'm not the nice person that just like lets it happen. I turn and I go, can you lower it, please?
Yeah.
Because it's like there's no reason for you go down in the hallway right there, or go out there and make your phone calls. You don't need. Do you want to watch this movie, or do you
Right.
want to text your grandmother? What are you doing?